Are we live now or what? Let's see. Okay, so if anyone here is joining me now, we are going to be doing some look-throughs of some of the news today. Camera news. Sony has released a camcorder, believe it or not, which is pretty interesting. If you say so myself. Okay, let's get into it. Now this is two back-to-back lives featuring Sony items. So, fortunate if you don't like Sony. However, I think this is interesting direction that they're going with this release because they're bringing back the camcorder. All right, let's get into it. Looks legit. So this is the same sensor that they had in the RX camera that was recently released, the Bion Z XR, Exmor R CMOS sensor. So just a limit of 4K though, which is interesting. Would have expected probably like a 6K mode, however. See what they say about that. Not really groundbreaking in that sense, because I've looked at the price or the expected price, and it looks like it's going to be at around $5,000 or so dollars. B&H doesn't have anything currently to suggest what the price would be, but I think it's going to be upwards of 5,000 US. So what does this mean? 3 half-type CMOS sensor. What is a half-type? Huh, that's really... Oh, it's like a 1/2 inch then? No, that's what I thought. Not ideal. But with there being 3, I'm not sure exactly how that works. Oh, sorry. Looks not so great, if I'm being honest. This is 515 millimeter. I mean, yeah, it works. That's pretty decent. 30 to 515. It's enough, I think, for most people. What do they have on here? Obviously, internal NDs, macro features, stabilization. I see right here with a steady shot, 17x optical zoom. Oh, this is a Fujinon lens. Interesting. Fujinon. I didn't know they made lenses for Sony. You have your zebras peaking. These channels here for doing production sort of work. Gain, white balance options. Everyone knows that's their selling feature for Sony currently, their autofocus. This is, I guess, their previous model that they had, the PXW-Z300. Image looks pretty comparable, if I'm being honest, between the two. Okay, okay. Not bad. I do like that flexible LCD arm. That is nice. I wonder what the resolution though of the screen is after some of the previous ones Sony cameras they've released. This has to be better. We're gonna look into those specs pretty soon here. I am curious about that. MXF. Okay, let's see between these comparisons. Image from the FX6 looks way better in my opinion. That CF Express B, sorry I missed that. So obviously this is going to be relevant for very few people. They're looking for broadcast sort of market with this camera here. This actually just came out a few hours ago today, so it's pretty fresh news. Can't say that I'll be looking towards that or buying it, but bringing back camcorders is not a bad idea. They have really good stabilization for the most part, and they're quite versatile with lots of added features too, which was always nice. Oh, that's really nice to be able to just twist the dial there in the lens. I wonder what something like this weighs. Oh, that'd be comfortable. Sort of shoulder rig. Sweet. So that's it here. Let's look at the B&H release here. Constant F 1.9 maximum. Detailed most of the rest of it here. I'm curious how stable this will be, considering how widely used a lot of these were used for just their stabilization. option for V-mount batteries. Or it's S-Cinetone ITU 709. 709 tone looks presets, STR BT 709 plus HLG live, HLG mild, HLG natural, HDR HLG. Also supports custom 3D LUTs. So yeah, this is all pretty interesting stuff. Like I said before, I'm happy that they're bringing it back. This has live streaming capabilities. Yeah, what does everyone think about that? Curious what their current camcorder lineup looks like. I don't see many when looking at the American website. This one, oh, when was this released? Looks like the only one they're trying to push right now. This is obviously a much more, much different Handycam. Focus less on broadcast, probably more suitable for the normal user. When they use actually a Zeiss lens. Interesting. I don't even know much about this Handycam. Applications and features. When this one came out, let's just see. We shall Google that. No, it's not telling me what year this one came out. That's weird. This was a 2020 release. Looks like that was possibly their last camcorder release. Okay, going on to some of the next news. And if you're tuning in with me the first time, the second time I've done this, I'm actually starting to do this a little more often. Just go through camera news cycles just to kind of see some of the things that are coming up in the next little bit here. And one of which is the Osmo 360. DJI is releasing their GoPro Max like 360 camera this week, or at least announcing it within 7 or so days. And looking at images of it, as I mentioned before, it's very similar to a GoPro Max. But I do hear that they're not equipped with removable lens covers, so I'm not sure exactly how I feel about this release. I think their second iteration will be the one that will bump out the Insta360 X5 out of their top ranking. But yeah, there's not too much news on this, unfortunately. I wish there were something like a video that I could show. Maybe for my next live I will be able to show that and show the release of it. We can kind of talk about what this means for the future of 360 footage. Yeah, they still haven't released anything official yet, so I mean, we can look at photo rumors here, and this one will also have 8K sensors, and 8K is not exactly 8K, so that's one thing you have to keep in mind. It never covers the full sensor, so what you end up getting is more like 6K or something like that. So it's not even at that, it's not even going to be comparable to footage that you would get out of something like an Osmo Pocket 3. So yeah, However, I do think their app is quite great if they have pretty good features that allow you to reframe everything easily. I think this will sell quite well. But not having removable lenses is going to be a real negative for it. However, the 10-bit D-Log M will be really nice, although D-Log M is still not my favorite. I don't know, for whatever reason, I don't necessarily find that footage to be the best to work with, although it's better than not having log. Like Insta360 just has like a flat profile, so I'd much rather have D-Log M, so I'll just say that. Okay, now let's go into this next article here where Petapixel is bringing up the fact that there probably won't ever be a DJI mirrorless camera. And one of the reasons why they're saying this is because of the Hasselblad purchase as of recent. Why release a camera that has a lot of what you can just put into your Hasselblad camera? Which, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. I think that they probably don't want to step on their own feet with that, although I just don't know exactly how Hasselblad cameras do in sales compared to, say, like Leica or whatnot. Just have a look at Hasselblad's website here. The X2D100C, I believe, is their newest camera here, and that just looks sick. Kind of has that DJI sort of design style that you would expect with like a Hasselblad influence. Honestly, this is a camera that I would love to own, but it's not realistically possible for maybe 20 or so more years unless this channel goes somewhere, which as of recent it's not. But yeah, lovely camera. This is really sweet, but that price tag is just nasty. Wow. Let's just see now. The X2D100. I'm gonna cheat, and we're gonna look at ChatGPT here in see if anything comes up with how much they've sold as of recent. So the limited edition is just 1,000, of course. I wonder what their standard does not disclose the amount of units sold for their yeah, I'm just really curious what the numbers are for DJI, if it would make sense for them to release something for like the average consumer, which they already have that sort of line, like with the pockets and whatnot, and now the 360 camera. However, something for photos would be great. The Pocket 3 can take photos, however, they're not the best, although they're actually surprisingly good considering you're using like a video point and shoot cameras for a photo. I mean, I thought they turned out to be quite good. Well, that's about that. These are really nice cameras. If only I had more money. Okay, let's go on to the next bit of news here. Harman Phoenix has released their new film, the Phoenix 200. Sorry, Harman Labs have released their new film, the Phoenix 200 2. And they first started out with black and white film and then released the Phoenix 200, and this is this is the 200 2. Look at some of the images here. They say it has like a pastel sort of look to it, and I definitely see that. Can't say that I really like the look from this. I think this is kind of like a vibe that a lot of Pentax lenses sort of give you on mirrorless, and I was never really into the pastel look in images, although I know a lot of people are. Actually been meaning to probably sell some of my Pentax lenses because I have so many currently. I think 2 or 3 50s. I have a 28, maybe 2 28s. So I have a lot. Not pretty decent though. I mean, it's good to have more options in the market. That will decrease the overall demand, and therefore will demand on different film stocks. So hopefully that will bring down the price of every other one. The more options, the better, right? So yeah, looks pretty nice. Let's close the gallery here. Let's look now into the price of this. I see 2 different ones here. Let's just see what the difference in price is here. So this is 120 roll film, and this is the 35 millimeters. You'll be able to save a couple dollars by purchasing the 120 roll film. And this is a 200 ISO film. Maybe we should just see how this compares to the original. Lovely pick of Jordan. Oh, I really don't like the skies. That like dark blue just looks so fake to me personally. Oh, looks better here. Although I don't like some of the dark blues in here. I think it just has like a really odd look to it, especially in the skies. Most of these were shot on 120 as well. Okay, well. Let's see if we can find something from Carmen Phoenix. Where is your... Oh, what am I looking at here? Is this... No, that's still not it. Okay, well... Okay, well... Let's just maybe look at a few more things on the DJI 360, and then I'm going to end it here. Tap this live off. One thing that I've actually sold recently is my DJI Pocket 3. So currently I am without that camera, although I'm hoping to use my iPhone for a little more content just with its ability to shoot ProRes. I mean, why not? I think it will create a bit nicer of a DaVinci Resolve workflow for me when matching videos. So look for more of that. I've actually spoke with Perella as of recent to see if maybe they're wanting to do something in regards to a collaboration. I'm hoping that they agree to that because I'd like to show exactly how that works with OpenGate. And I've used it before and I'm looking for that. So let's see. Oh yeah, one thing I should mention with the 360 from DJI, it looks like it's going to be around 780 or so. Australian dollars, so that would be around 550 Canadian, or sorry, US dollars. I wish Canadian, that would be nice. This is kind of how it stacks up. By stitching the photos together, they're able to get 120 megapixels out of that. So I'm really curious how that will work with real estate work. I don't know if you know, but I do real estate and architecture work as a side job. So I've never offered doing like photo walkthroughs. They're really not that popular in my area. It's mostly just like photo and video. However, it'd be something that would be nice to offer, and if people want it, they can scoop that up. It's really a shame that Insta360 X5 is still only using 8 bits. I can't say I necessarily understand their reasoning behind that. It's just 8-bit footage and charging. It's like $830 for the camera in Canada. It's for 8-bit footage. It's crazy to think about. The battery life, it takes a major hit here. I don't understand why it shows only the 5.7 24p compared to the 8K. There's gonna have to be some better testing here based on that. But this is it. I know the sensors here, I don't know, the wording is really strange. 1-inch 360 imaging, so whatever that means, we're gonna have to see in their low light footage how exactly it compares, and also the processing that is backed up behind it that's going to help with denoising and whatnot. Oh yeah, here we go. As you can see, what was leaked was the Australian 750 price tag. That was pretty close to what they had said. I hope this one does quite well. I hope there's an option for this lens, which looks like won't be coming off, but however, maybe it does. But they've looked at the back and it would have mentioned it on the back of the box here. So it, like, here is the photo. It would have been mentioned here whether or not, oh, why can I not zoom in on it? So yeah, it would say something in regards to a removable lens, which it does not. It just says that they have a pouch. So maybe another 2 years till they release one with removable lens that you can replace, so that when you scratch it, you have an ability to repair it. Someone here in the comments says the 1-inch sensor is a lie. It's 1 inch spread over 2 lenses. This is actually a 19-degree decrease over X5, and the leak comes from Australia. So that's some tricky wording there by DJI. It's not necessarily true, but everyone wants to make claims of the 1-inch sensor. Technically, there is 1 inch of sensor spread out between 2 lenses. We're a long way out from having 360 cameras that are comparable to a mirrorless. So all you gotta do is stay in there and hang in there for a few more years, and maybe you'll see that. But for now, 360 cameras are more of a toy, and that's just kind of how it works. They're good for creative shots, but it's not going to be revolutionary for your footage. All right, well, I think that about covers it. Thank you for watching. If you stuck around this whole time, thank you. Appreciate it. Let me know if you want me to go over any future releases in the future, or